Hey, Mike, what do Kelly Slater and PT have in common?
I don't know. They're both world champs?
Nope, they both own Endless Summer box set.
Oh my God, rad. You guys, you can get it too. The link's in the show notes. Hey, this is Mike with the Quivercasts, brought to you by quiverbuilder.com, an online community where you buy, sell, and surf for your next magic board. We're back with the second half of the interview with Rusty Whitlock. All right, so let's talk a little bit about boards right now. What are people currently ordering in your factory? What kind of boards
we do everything.
What's the common board? What's
common board
for? Right, thruster? Or are they kind of experimenting now?
Right now, what's popular with us anyway is the groveler type boards, the shorter, wider boards.
Yeah.
Basically a 5-fin combo.
Okay.
That's real
more
popular.
Fish style or more
modern twist? The modern the groveler is, you could almost call it it's a blend between a fish and a short board. It's you could call it an extra wide short board with a wide tail block, wider tail block, 5-fin combo. Those, and we're making them down to, I came out with the 411 with Corey 3 or 4 years ago.
The yellow board?
That yellow board.
I think that was more than 3 or 4 years ago.
He's
still riding that thing. I think it's way past 3 or 4.
Oh,
is it? That's probably like 10 years ago.
See, time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah. And then I remember talking to Corey, and he's like, dude, I can't even ride anything else.
Yes.
I tried to ride a little bigger board, and I can't ride a bigger board.
Yeah.
And he was out in overhead surfing.
Oh yeah, a lot of people they underestimate the grovelers. I call them grovelers. These wider, shorter boards, especially with the quad, combos and stuff.
Okay.
You can, if you can get down the face of a wave on one of those things, you can really outrun a traditional gun.
Yeah.
Because the planing surface, the way, for example, Corey went to Hawaii. Ricky went to Hawaii and took Corey's guns with him.
Okay.
Years ago. And we just started making these grovelers things. And so Corey had no choice. Blacks was going off his Epic. It was, I don't know, we could go back and tell you the date on that, but it was just like it was the magazine. It was a big session down there at Blacks.
Okay.
So Corey's out there, but he kept waiting for Ricky to get back. But the only board he had was his groveler, right? A quad setup. And then when Ricky got back, he grabbed his guns immediately and went out at Blacks on his semi-gun.
Okay.
And they call them step-ups nowadays.
Yep. Step-ups.
Okay, I'm caught in another century back. Okay.
Let's go backwards. Yeah. Finish this story.
So Corey goes out and he takes the gun, and he feels like, he goes, man, these guns are top world-class guns. He ran back. He said this board's so slow. Because he'd gotten used to that groveler,
Yeah.
And so he runs back up Blacks, goes all the way back up and grabs his groveler and goes back down and surfs the rest of the week.
Blacks.
The rest of the week on that 5, I think it was a 5.6 groveler.
Oh my God!
And he said I could go. The only trick, if you can get down the face.
Yeah. Just probably getting into the wave.
Oh, he said because he was taking off in back of the curl and coming underneath it. Literally having to put his hand in the face of the wave to slow down, so he would not run it. He goes, the speed is phenomenal, and so it's a distribution of playing surfaces in a different physics, hydrodynamics, and man, if you can, those little grovelers, they can surf small waves and they can surf big waves if you can just get down the face.
You just got to be a competent surfer.
Yeah,
and your kids both are.
Yeah. They I'm very proud of them.
Yeah. So did you raise them to be surfers?
They don't remember learning how to surf.
That's how young?
Probably.
There's a picture of Corey, right, when he's a little kid. On that board in the shop, or you used to have it at the old shop on Mission.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, he's 2.5 years old there.
Yeah. And he still has that board, right? It's like a single fin.
That thing came back. It ended up in Sacramento or something.
Really?
And a friend called us and said, "Hey, I got this board that you made for Corey. Somehow it ended up in our stuff, and they're from Hawaii and everything." And lo and behold, it's the same board. So they brought it down.
Oh, cool.
And it's the same board that he's in that picture at Haleiwa at 2.5 years old.
Nice.
He was surfing by himself at 3.5 years old.
So
paddling out.
Hooked.
Paddling out, catching waves.
Like you didn't have to say, "Let's go surfing, Corey." He's like, "Dad, let me go surfing."
Yeah, well, I wouldn't let him go surfing without me. Okay. I had to be there with him. I think it was Terry Fitzgerald. We're surfing inside Sunset during the summer. A break I think it's called Loves.
Okay.
And so we'd be surfing, and Corey's like 3. He's like 4 years old now at this point.
Yeah.
And Fitzgerald, if I would have had a camera, it would be a centerfold in a magazine.
Yeah.
We're paddling, and Corey, and this is Corey's first. Now, because he had been, but this is probably about a 3 foot face, of the way, 3 to 4 foot face, and Corey's in position, and we're paddling out, inside Sunset, right there.
Okay.
It's during the summer, it's snorkeling conditions, but every once in a while, some little surf would come through for a couple of days. Anyway, and we're going, oh my God, he's gonna go, Terry, and we're going, oh, and we're done, but Terry's going, man, tell him to stop, I said, and then we go, no, he's going to go. So we knew to just encourage him, go, give him Corey, and he freaking takes off on that thing. He's goofy foot, comes down, just banks off the bottom, just like Jerry Lopez,
Really?
Freaking stands inside the tube. It's just like he had done it 1,000 times.
So complete natural.
Just a natural, and then but he's
That's
so
awesome.
little, then the force wave pulls him up the face of the wave and freaking dumps him, just spins him upside down and slams him on the bottom, So he comes up and he's crying and everything. It's like, and I'm right there, so I paddle over, and he doesn't want any part of it, And I'm going, Corey and Terry, and I think it was Terry Fitzgerald was there, and he goes, I go, yeah, good, Corey, man, that was freaking good, man, good job, good wave, bro.
Yeah.
And so he kind of shakes it off, and okay. Oh, so he gets back on the saddle, and we go back out, and we continue the session, and he's just surfing his brains out, and that was it. He just from that prior to that, 3.5 years old, he was surfing at Pokai Bay out on the west side by Makaha.
Okay.
In this little area, and there was a very small roller waves coming in.
Right. And how many kids were surfing at this age?
I didn't know of any.
Where's your dog?
Oh yeah. Oh good. He's this is probably he's not aggressive at all. He's like a big poodle.
Yeah.
And
so is he the only Grom out there? I don't even know.
Yeah.
That's pre-Grom actually.
Yeah. He was the pre-Grom. He was the beginning. And who else was also and Corey Pickett was Ricky Irons, the Irons brothers.
Yeah.
Rick Irons Sr., Rick's father, which is their uncle, Rick Irons.
Okay.
He was a really good shaper on the North Shore.
Okay.
And he shaped for Lightning Bolt also. And
you were shaping for Lightning Bolt.
And I shaped for Lightning Bolt too. Okay. Yeah. Rick's son, which is Ricky Irons, he was tearing it up out there. He lived right there, Rocky Point.
Okay.
And so so I always wonder, because when Corey was about 9 years old, we came back to California because my factory burned down.
Okay.
And so we decided, and the kids had never seen. I had at that point I have 3 kids now. Oh, actually 4.
Okay.
And my youngest is up in Lake Tahoe with my high school sweetheart.
Okay.
That we had. That's another chapter in my life there, from Huntington Beach. But anyway, she ended up in Lake Tahoe. So anyway, I had 4 kids, but 2 boys, 2 girls at this point. So we came back because they'd never seen really the snow.
Yeah.
I mean, and a lot of the kids in Hawaii back in those days. Anyway, I just thought they need to be exposed more.
So you brought it back
to more than just surfing.
I
wanted to. We're not going to give up surfing for anything,
Right.
But I want to, go show them the mountains, go show them the snow, take a drive. We drove back to Oklahoma.
Yep.
They got to meet a lot of their uncles and aunts and all the rednecks back there and stuff. And I played music back there, because all of them play music, and it's just a common thing,
Okay.
And it was just great. It was just really, really good.
Well, what was one of your favorite boards you've ever shaped? What era?
What era? What era? What mistake? What mistake? A mistake is probably better. I like the era.
So did you ever make a mistake that turned out to be like a phenomenal board? Experiment?
Well, yeah. Oh, well, man, I did so many. I've done. That's one thing.
So who did you shape for?
Well, back in
I'm
Hawaii.
gonna stop you, then we'll
Okay,
go backwards.
okay. Back in Hawaii, I shaped for Lightning Bolt. I
Okay.
was making Lightning Bolt surfboards, and the way they would do it, they would order boards from you,
Okay.
and they would, and you'd build them and everything and bring them in, and got their logo and all this other stuff
Yep.
on it. And so that's and it was strictly, it was ordered from Jack Shipley, the owner of Lightning Bolt.
Okay.
And you come in, he checks them out, and he cuts you a check, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was me, a lot of guys. Let's see, me, Steve Walden, Ed Angulo. Oh God, you just name it.
Okay.
Barry Kanayapuni.
Okay.
There was just a lot. There was a lot of people that were making boards for Lightning Bolt. you
Yeah,
know.
a lot of shapers.
Oh God, I'm trying to think of Eberly.
Okay.
Yeah, Eberly. Reno. I mean.
So they were selling boards and they shipping them all around the world?
Yeah, so they
Or was
would.
everyone buying them in Hawaii?
Oh no, they're coming through the shop is ordering them
Okay.
through these I guess people they wanted to make the boards.
Okay.
They would order them, and then they would go out from there. You know, the
Ship
boards
them
would
out
go
to Huntington or wherever.
wherever.
Okay.
Yeah, we ended up getting a board here just recently that was at the Birdhouse. I guess it's called in San Diego.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, down in San Diego.
Yeah.
And a real nice guy.
Yeah.
Down there, and he had brought in a Rusty Whitlock Lightning Bolt from 1980.
How do you distinguish that you shaped it against one of those other guys?
My
Your-
signature, my
stringer?
signature, my logo's on there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my logo, my signature. I had a script letter signature
Okay.
that put on the boards,
Cool.
and it said Rusty Whitlock Hawaii.
Because if there was that many different shapers,
Yeah, mine. I had mine. I had mine on my boards.
Okay.
Walden had his on his.
Okay.
Angulo. Everybody had their different
little signatures.
their signatures on the boards.
Okay.
Lightning Bolt, boards.
all right. So
Eberly had his.
let's go back then. Back to what was your favorite era
Well,
of shaping?
you could probably era. Boy, I'll tell you, it was just nothing but good time. Just good time from 14 years old. I'll say from the day at State Beach when my cousin kidnapped me and took me surfing. From that day forward, my life has never been the same. It's been just good. But to answer your question, to be more specific, era, obviously Hawaii was the best.
Okay.
On the North Shore, we lived there at Sunset for 1 year.
And that translated into shaping.
Yeah.
So you enjoyed shaping there.
Yeah, so I started. So my band, I had my rock band going,
Right.
And we were playing. We were getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and we picked up a recording contract with a company called James Gang Production, and they put us together with a company called War, and so our band is called Someday Peace,
Okay.
and they saw us at we were playing at
War the band.
the War band,
From Long
War,
Beach?
boom. What is
Low
it
Rider?
good for?
Yeah.
No,
that's
the
a
one.
different band.
Was it called different? War? What is it good for?
Okay, yeah,
Say
yeah,
it again.
that's Okay.
So we were, because on all the flyers and all the, we're on the radio and everything, advertising all this.
Okay.
It's December 7th, which is Pearl Harbor Day,
Mhm.
bombing. Is come see Someday Peace battle it out with War at Blaisdell Arena.
Oh, that's cool.
And so that was the big hype, and Cape Point
Right.
Radio was bossing it, and it was on all the advertising and stuff. And well, that company that's called James Game Production.
Okay.
He heard us at prior to that. He heard us at Hawaii University Amphitheater playing
Okay.
a concert.
So is that James Gang the band?
No.
Oh,
he's
different.
it's just his
Just a producer guy?
he's a producer, yeah. And he I think I don't know, he was very successful in other groups and stuff.
Okay.
So he met with us, and he wanted to be our manager.
Okay.
And so he was sending us to Nashville. And so what we want to do is he's going to send us to Nashville. We're going to do a recording of our songs, because we did what you call today cover songs,
Yep.
But we had our own songs that we did too. We'd intermix with what we're playing and
Okay.
stuff,
Mixing it up.
mixing it up. And we did a lot of concerts,
Cool.
I love concerts. I
So,
love
but
that
the
venue.
shaping part.
So I'd shape during the day and make boards, and I'd make them for my friends,
Okay.
And I was making a few for me,
Okay.
and because
And
now.
Rusty or Corey too.
Yeah, Corey, and I didn't have Greeks back in Huntington, and
Yeah.
so I was making my own boards and stuff, and And then the band, what happened was it was a fork in the road where I either had to be the rock star lifestyle wasn't conducive to being a father and a husband,
right.
Okay, family man, and so that's what was eating on me. So finally, a situation.
And what was your wife saying?
She was actually at that. My wife at that time, she was supportive of what was going on.
So she didn't care as long as
I came home.
Money,
bring home the money and everything.
She's probably like be married to a rock star.
Yeah, it was. I think so. I think so. So what happened was we were playing at Midway Island, and where the Battle of Midway took place. Okay. And I got in too deep. I got in too deep with some girl, a stripper they sent over there with our band to play to dance, but she wasn't stripping. She played in other places we played. Yeah. Like I'm trying to think of the places we played. Oh my God! But anyway, we got too close at Midway. We were there for a week, and I kept her at arm's distance and stuff like that and everything. But I came back and I said I told her, and I even told my wife at that time. I said, hey, I will not be able to survive another one of those events. I love you, but I'm not a mountain. Yeah. And so I quit. I quit the band because I knew I was not because now our next stop is Nashville, Tennessee. Yeah, we're recording, not with her necessarily.
So how bad was the band pissed off at you?
So I come walking in. They saw it coming. Okay. They saw it coming. Okay. The band, and so I came in. After we came back from Midway and stuff, we came back to practice the first morning, a couple of days there because we're getting ready to go to Nashville for this recording thing. And I came in without my guitar, and they go, I go, what's going on? And I'm the one that started this band. I handpicked every one of them. Okay. And a bass guitar player, lead guitar player from, and then, drummer. And I just said, they said, you're quitting, huh? I said, yeah, I am. They go, okay, well, we saw it coming. We saw it coming. Because they knew my morals and stuff and everything, and they could see what was happening, and so they weren't surprised, but they were bummed, So they went on and kept going. One of them went on and played with Dick Dale and the Deltones. Oh, okay. Yeah, he went on as a keyboard player for Dick Dale, toured with Dick Dale for a number of time. Actually, his name's Mike Sharp. Okay. He owns him and his wife. They own Lucy Love, Sean Stussy, his sister is Mike Sharp's wife.
So, as in Stussy the brand?
Yeah, brand Stussy. She actually did all that art for Stussy, for her brother Sean. The Stussy, that's her. From what I know.
Did she get money off that?
I don't know. She's the one that handled. Once I could get you an interview with her and Mike Sharp. Yeah. They own Lucy Love Clothing. Lucy Love Clothing. It's like a Roxy type, clothing stuff. Yeah, okay. He went on with Dick Dale and the Deltones. The bass guitar player ended up back in Indiana playing in a club over a club where he's played with B.B. King. I mean, everybody. Oh, it's nice. It's where all the rock, all the pretty much the blues players, but like Eric Clapton, B.B. King, you name it. They go to this club that nobody goes to. It's where they go to hang out, to not be with they're all their fellow people. Yeah. Well, he lives in right above it, So he's my bass guitar player. He plays with those guys and jams them and gets to sit in on a lot of their stuff. So he stayed active there. I think he's still back there. Okay. And then my drummer went back to Texas, and he's got his own band now going. Okay. And then we had another lead guitar player that's Hawaiian. He's Hawaiian, Chinese Hawaiian from Haleiwa. He took the other I had two lead guitar players at two separate times. Yeah. The first one he went on with Dick Dale or surfing, and so he just went on with surfing stuff. And then I think he got involved with another band. And then I had another guitar player from Haleiwa, Bert Ed Rozo, and he still plays. He plays like he's a professional. Plays everywhere now to this day.
So even though you're a shaper, Okay.
So then I got out of the business.
Okay, we'll go back.
And then of course my only thing I go, okay, now what am I going to do for a living, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, this happened overnight, you know?
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, well, I've been making these surfboards. I'm just going to go ahead and just get real serious about building surfboards. Because I already had kind of a following going.
Okay.
And then I just took it on and started going crazy on the surfboards and just jumped into full.
And haven't stopped. How many years now?
That has been...
It's 2021.
Yeah, no, that would have started... Now, I always go back to when I started my first surfboard.
Okay, in the garage.
Yeah, in the garage. That was was 63 or 62. I always thought 63, but just last week I found out it might have been 62. But and then officially when I got into the full-blown... When I walked out of the band, that would have been the day that I started seriously taking it on. And that would have been 76.
Okay.
So
76. What's the math on that? So we'll go to 2021.
So I come back here in 81.
So 40 something.
Yeah. So I've been going for 50 some years. Yeah. If you go back to 63.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 63.
How many guys? There's probably a couple guys still shaping as long as you, but not many.
Yeah, there's.
So how's the surf industry compared to it used to be, shaper wise and stuff?
Yeah, it's
different.
Different. It's a lot, a lot of similarities, a lot of sameness.
A lot more competition.
Not really. That's funny. People ask me about that. I don't. In our business, we don't really. We're more like. It's more like a brotherhood,
Yeah.
It's really not a competition thing.
Okay.
We're all like fishermen. We're all in this together,
Yeah.
And there's really not a competitive, element to it.
What about some of the bigger companies that are going to China and doing that? How do you feel about that? They're not going to get the custom board that you get.
Yeah. I really got hit hard on that subject and on the Big Island. I went in 2004. I got kidnapped again to the Big Island.
Okay.
And so I was making surfboards for a gentleman out of Kona. He's a local guy there, and it's called Hulakai Surfboards. Okay. Well, the China thing had hit really hard, and Costco on the Big Island it was open, and so they were selling surfboards, not softboards. I mean, not just regular surfboards. And honestly, they were good. I was shocked. I went, Well, anyway, so his name is Junior. We call him Junior.
Okay.
And the owner, and so he goes, Rusty, man, what are we gonna do with we got the freaking Costco dumping the boards in the water, and we get stealing the business,
Yeah.
And I go, well, okay, well, you know what? Well, you know what China can't do is they can't make a custom surfboard.
Right.
They can't put your name on it. They can't put your colors on it. That's the difference. And also, China is not supporting the Big Island.
Right.
So I said, so what you got to do, and of course I'm just your surfboard builder here, you know, and he hired me to come in and build boards for him, and I said, what your marketing angle's got to be is that, that if you want to support your local, surfboard business, you want to support your own economy, these things, and I said, and Charlie, and also you might want to capitalize on that Charlie don't surf.
Yeah. That's good.
And he goes, okay, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Those guys are, okay.
I go, okay, so it's, and the boards are good, but they're not here. They're not us,
Yeah.
And so that's the only hope I can see.
Okay.
And he did, and it worked, to a certain degree.
Yeah, good. It should. I mean,
He picked up some. It turned it around for him a bit.
Gave him a little different marketing
But then
strategy.
guess what he did?
What did he do?
He came out really big with the windsurfers. And then he got these huge accounts with Costco, and they had them made in China.
Okay.
So it's just what's the word? Oh man, just there's a place for everything.
Okay.
There's a place for everything. And there's not a right or wrong necessarily.
Okay.
It's just what situation can you get 1,000 boards a month made here in the Big Island, or can you get them made in China? You got an order, you got a PO from Costco for 1,000 boards a month.
So he went to China?
So he went to China after we got through this whole thing about China. By China, by China don't serve.
He's a businessman.
Oh yeah, he's a young businessman. I've heard that he bought a new house and everything.
Cool.
He did very well.
What shaper do you respect the most? Besides, and we know you can shape, and we know you're a great shaper.
God, there's so many good ones.
But what guy would like if you wanted a board to put on the wall? Who would you want?
Man, that is a
Passed
hard.
away, maybe some guy.
Out of all my God, there's so many good ones.
Your favorite?
You know, I mean, there's just so many different.
To the Ole days?
Ole, I didn't get a chance to see Ole shape my board.
Okay.
I wasn't there when he shaped it. I came in after it'd gotten shaped and was kind of watching him do stages of the glassing. Man, I'll tell you, there's just so many. Some of the really, I mean, there's so many good shapers. Steve Wallen is one. You know, Steve is amazing how fast he can shape a board. He's just amazing. Greek obviously played a big part in my growing up and stuff. Greek was almost like a surrogate father to me because that my family. You know, I think he kind of saw me. He pulled me in and I got on his surf team. And he really helped me out a lot. Okay. As a teenager growing up, helped keep me out of trouble.
Okay.
But you know, Rick Irons, Senior. Oh God, he was just an incredible shaper. Okay. Such a smooth shaper. Dennis Pang from Town and Country is an incredible, meticulous shaper. God, you know, Bruce. What's his name? God, he passed away here recently. He was out of Sunset Beach, which is Sunset by Seal Beach.
Oh, okay, yeah. Bruce Jones.
Because I was hitchhiking from Seal Beach one time, going to Huntington, and I happened to be standing out in front of his. I didn't know he was there. I was standing in front of his shop there on Coast Highway.
My aunt lives across the street.
Oh, really? Yeah. So I hear a planer going off. So it's a little shop. So I go inside.
Oh, that's when he was downstairs before he built it upstairs.
Oh yeah,
it was like a little shack. I remember
a little shack on Coast Highway.
I was a kid, yeah.
And so I go inside, and he invites me in. You know. Oh, yeah. And I was amazed at his planer, the skill planer. Yeah. How he shaped the board almost to completion. I mean, he was so good with that planer, you know. Okay. And Bruce Jones. Yeah. Bruce Jones. Man, I'll tell you, the list goes on. Angulo, you name it. I mean, nowadays a lot of the guys now that I really look up to is they're really good. Is Joe Rogue. We call him No Show Joe. Okay. Joe Rogue is doing bionic surfboards.
Okay.
Yeah, bionic Joe. He's amazing. I always like Rat surfboards. Yeah. I always liked his shapes. Okay. The list back in the day when I got here, obviously Mike MB. Yep. Michael Barron. Yep. Michael Barron. He was the hot shit when I got here in '81. Yeah. And we used to come down here and go to Oceanside Harbor there, by the jetties and surf with my kids. We were just kind of fitting in. We'd camp at the harbor all summer long. Oh, okay. And on. I mean, shaping is such a wonderful thing. There's just so many good shapers, and the glassers. The glassers don't get much recognition. No. And the airbrushes and stuff. They.
Was it Barry?
They can polish a turd. I mean, those guys can make.
Barry's the man, right?
And Barry Schneider is Barry, just absolutely, and he's a glasser, shaper, surfboard builder. Yeah. I really like the guys. The Tommy Daniels that we have here. He's here from Florida. He's been building surfboards for well over 30 years. Okay. And he's amazing. I really like working with people. I mean, I like working with all kinds of people. It's nice when I can get with somebody that knows how to hand shape a board. Okay. That's good at it. And there's your fear. There's this fearful dog. His name is Mio, which means mine.
In my lap almost.
He's from Mexico. He was introduced to us as a Rottweiler. Oh, yeah. Does he look like a Rottweiler? I couldn't believe it. No. The homeboys, they said, "Hey, we got this boy. We need to rescue. We got this dog. We need to rescue him." And I go, "What? He's a Rottweiler." And they bring him over. I go, "That's not a Rottweiler." They go, "Yeah, he is." I go, "No, he's not."
I'm gonna take a picture of you and
okay, yeah, Mio.
When we're done.
He is such a good dog. I'll tell you.
Yeah, he's a nice dog.
He's
he
very,
loves you.
He just
right next to your feet.
He is honestly my shadow.
Yeah, he is.
Mio. He goes, that's right. I'm protecting you right now. Yeah. He's.
So what's the future? We're
Okay. Back on surfboard.
Yeah. What's the future looking like shape wise and for your business? And what do you have? Plans? Or
what's really great? What I'm so thankful for is that we got the CNC machine.
Okay.
Yeah, the CNC machine is a lot of people. Hand shape. Okay, you go shape a couple thousand boards.
Let's stop there. I'm going to go back to your machine.
Yeah.
How many boards have you shaped?
I'm guessing. I'm
you didn't
guessing
number
5,000.
Okay.
Not as many as a lot of shapers,
Okay.
I mean, a lot of guys do that many in a year.
Yeah. So go back to the.
Mine have all been custom. Every board I've done has been custom.
Yeah. So go back to the machine.
So now we got the CNC machine. I love it because I can spend the time to design a killer board. A lot of times it happens. Well, anyway, we spend the time to make a nice board.
Yeah.
And then we can duplicate it.
Yeah.
Consistently.
You get the perfect shape, and then
you can just duplicate
make its
it.
brother and sister.
Yes, and you don't have to have such a seasoned shaper to finish them.
Okay.
Because back in the old days, if you got really busy before CNCs, you'd have to go to other surfboard shapers that were good.
Yeah.
Because you can't just have anybody shaping your board.
Right.
And usually they're busy too.
Right.
So it's tough because it's hard to find somebody that was good that could still shape.
You didn't want to turn business away.
You want to turn business away. So you suffer through it and you do your best and then fortunately I never exploded. There was times that I exploded and then it fizzled, and I'm glad it did because I wasn't ready. I had an order. Anyway, I'm glad it did.
So what's the future?
So the future is obviously the CNC work.
Okay. Are you doing anything besides surfboards?
We're doing surfboards. The only thing that you could say, we're doing these little 3-foot surfboards right now. Okay. for an artist. Okay. And so he puts his boards in galleries. Okay. And we're making some 6-foot surfboards for him with his. He gets like $7,000. What he does is he paints. What he was doing was taking old boards and fixing them up and painting them, and he gets like $7,000 for a board.
Wow!
So with his art, and so then he came to us and he's getting. He had he's backlogged like 600 boards.
Yeah.
So he came to us and he wanted to know if he gave us the image, could we just put them on a surfboard? Of course, they won't be $7,000, but they'll be replicas of his
original art,
and they'll be more affordable and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. So we're doing starting to do some boards for him. We're starting off. We've been working with him for well over a year now, and developing the whole system. Okay. And now we're making little 3-foot mini boards for him. Okay. That was his wife's idea. Because in these galleries, there are a lot of tourists, and they can just literally take them with them, buy it for a fraction of the price, and take it home with them.
All right.
So, but that's kind of an offshoot of things we do.
You're keeping busy.
We don't turn away work.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
One more question, and then we're going to wrap the interview up, and we may have to come back at a future date and do a part
sequel.
2. I feel like we left a lot out.
Oh, we haven't even started yet. Let me tell you. How much time do you got?
We're running out right now. Okay. What was your favorite wave you ever, do you remember one wave you caught in your lifetime you'll never forget?
The night I paddled in at sunset.
Okay.
Through that riptide.
What actual wave you surfed?
Wave. Oh my God. Oh my Lord.
Did you ever surf pipe, or did you ever a San Alejo or something? You got a really good wave.
Probably. I surfed Lani Kea a lot. I love Rocky Point. Okay. I love Rocky Point. And Lani Kea. Those are my 2 favorite spots probably. Okay. And I had some incredible. God, there's so many good ones. It's hard to remember.
So many sessions over
I guess probably one that, strangely enough, that really stands out. Is it
want to stand out?
Huntington Beach, probably about 15 years old, on the north side of the pier. Okay. literally not on the inside, but by the T, by the lifeguard tower, between there and the shore. There's that section right there gets so good sometimes.
Yeah.
I got away, and it was a little bigger. And the waves would break outside and it came in reformed.
Yeah.
I got away. I got so far back. I take off. This is a single fin time, right?
Yeah.
But we were shorter boards. We got into probably about the 7.4, probably 7.4. Talk about a favorite board. I had a round pin. You call it probably more of a thumbtail today. It's probably about 7.4, single fin, shaped by Greek.
Okay.
Man, I love that board. That board was just incredible.
Was that the board you're running when you got this wave you were talking about?
No. I actually would have been better off if I would have had that board. Yeah, that would have been more suitable. Yeah. But it would have not been anything super bad, undergun, all sorts of stuff. But that board was my favorite board, and on the north side of the pier, inside the T there. Man, I got this freaking wave. I got so far back inside this tube, and the face of the wave was probably, even on the inside, of course, it was probably about 5 feet, right?
Okay, yeah.
No, probably about 6 feet.
Okay.
It was enough that I was standing up.
Yeah.
I was so far back in there.
In the barrel?
In the barrel. Yeah, and I'm side sliding, because back then everybody was side sliding down. You take off and break your fin loose and slide down the face.
Yeah.
I took off and
till the fin caught,
and by the time I hit the bottom, that thing was heaving over me.
Okay.
And I was so far back in there, and I come flying out of the thing right before the pier, and just a round of applause on the pier. Oh my God, everybody just around, and it was such just an incredible moment,
kind of
pre-Hawaii, right?
Yeah.
I think I'm freaking a pipeline, but
because you had the audience
in my mind and everything. I was little, it was like Ricky, it was like Corey at Inside Sunset when he got that tube.
Yeah.
It was similar to that. You just like, you're at this moment, man, I am at the top of the world, even though it's a 5 foot face wave.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. So we're going to end the interview in about 40 seconds. I have a question I meant to ask you right in the beginning of the interview.
Yeah.
When did they change the name? So when I grew up surfing, it was a skag. What year did they go to fin? Now my son thinks I'm stupid if I say skag.
Yeah, they were called skags.
Right.
Definitely
skags.
During the longboard era, they were skags, right?
They were skags in the 80s when I surfed.
Yeah, they call them D-fins and stuff now and stuff.
Yeah, even the thruster they call it.
But when the fin box, I think, came out, because then they came out with what they call the speed fin.
Okay.
They came out with the hatchet fin.
Mm-hmm.
I would say the fin box, I think it probably started with Bain. Okay. Fins Unlimited.
Okay.
In that era is when it went from skag. That's something you probably want to ask them.
Okay.
The Bain brothers.
Okay.
But I can definitely see it was a skag, and it changed to, because I remember the speed fin, the David Nueva pivot fin. Oh, not to mention David Nueva is I searched around him every day at Huntington.
Yeah.
He lived in Huntington. Everybody says he's from here now. No, I saw David the first day he paddled out at Huntington.
He's from Huntington, right?
I always knew him from Huntington.
Yeah. Did he grow up? But he grew up in Hawaii.
No, he was from Hawaii.
Yeah, and then moved here.
And he shows up, and I think I saw him the first day he was there.
Okay.
It'd be interesting to ask him these questions. I'll never forget. I'm paddling on the north side of the pier. One day I went to school. It was after school. Okay. And I think it was Santa Ana winds blowing. It must have been September, October.
I think it's epic.
Oh, I see. I'm paddling out. I'm surfing the south side, but I'm paddling on the north side, right? Yeah. I'm looking through the pier, and I see this. Looks like a branch, man. Looks like a tree, like a skinny afro type, bushy hair,
Right.
like a I don't know what you call them. What are those? Anyway, branch man, just and so. I see this guy take off. I'll never forget, on this yellow longboard. Of course, it's longboards this time. Takes off, and there's nobody out. I'm on the north side paddling on. He's over there, and I watch this guy take off and turn and go up, and he's up on the nose, coming towards me. He's on the nose, kicking the face of the water. Turns around, hanging heels. Turns back around, kicks the face of the water.
And no one
walks back, cuts back. He's goofy foot.
Yeah.
Kicks out, and now we're both at the pier, right? I'm on the north side, we're paddling out underneath the pines, and he kicks out. He's paddling out on the south side of the side, and I'm on the north. We're paddling out, and I go, whoa, man,
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, and so I go, that was
friends, or
so he got, it was David. David was kind of as far as from my perspective, was kind of exclusive. He was like the Jimi Hendrix. He was kind of like the Jimi Hendrix of surfing.
Which means what? What does that mean?
He was he was a real styler and profiler. He was
Acted like the man.
He wasn't. He was very celebrity-ish, kind of.
Yeah.
Celebrity. Rock star.
Okay.
But I think it's more like in his nature, because even then he wasn't so real talkative.
Okay.
But he let his surfing do the talking.
Yeah.
Oh my God! And I surfed around him. I can't even begin to tell you the stuff I saw that guy do throughout the years.
Okay.
He was like.
So he was the shit.
He was the light years ahead of everybody.
Wow.
Matter of fact, I don't think they've even caught up to what he was doing back in those days.
Okay. The longboard is there
to this day.
about?
The stuff he did on a surfboard, it was like watching art. It was like watching a cat, the agility of a cat in art.
Okay.
You'd feel like you're watching a movie in slow motion.
Nice.
I've
seen him surf later on. In the 80s and 90s, he'd come back.
Yeah.
And I'd see him just show up.
He was in his zone during that time.
Yeah.
He deserved it. He was his surfing did the talking.
Oh, cool.
God, he was
Nice.
just. And people ask me, who do you think's the best surfer in your memory? David Nueva. He's always not that others aren't good.
No.
But I'm telling you, I saw stuff that he did that I've yet to see people do.
Wow.
And the way he did his body language was just beyond.
So we're gonna wrap the interview up now because we're hitting a lot of time.
I know.
It's the longest interview that so far ever done. But we can do more later. Hey, any last shout outs? Anybody want to say thank you?
I just wish everybody well.
Okay.
I hope everybody just follow your dreams,
There you go.
and take care of business at the same time. And just, if you love something, make a career out of it.
There you go. Best advice ever. 'Cause I definitely wish I'd have had that advice early in life.
But you did it right, though. You did it right. And you're doing both. You managed to surf, and you're gonna have a good. So you got a retirement, and I don't.
You're right in there. You just keep making boards.
Yeah, this is it. I live or die on this hill right here.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, Rusty. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. Any last words?
Love y'all. Just stay.
And
just
swing
keep
by
the faith.
the Whitlock Surf Factory if you need a board.
That's right. Just support your local surfboard builder.
There you go. Support your local board builder. All right. Thanks, Rusty.
Thank you.
If you like this episode, please give it a thumbs up. Hit subscribe. And new music is brought to you by Sal Pedroza. Thanks, Sal. Also brought to you by quiverbuilder.com, an online community where you buy, sell, surf for your next magic board. And I'll see you in the lineup. Hey guys, Endless Summer box set. This thing is legit. It's authentic, numbered certificate in it. It has a 5-frame film strip from the original print. You will literally own a piece of history. It has a specially minted bronze medallion. Dude, that thing's sick. Okay, there's so much more here. Go to the show notes. There's a link on there. Go check this piece of history out. This thing's rad. Seriously. Smithsonian American History Museum has it. It took 4 years of research with 3.5 in production, all hand assembled. This thing's rad. So much to this awesome box set. Remastered DVD, sharper images than the original film, but dude, this thing's so sick. Link in the show notes.